Ethiopian government has purchased new weapons, electronic warfare systems, or air defense systems. Experts are giving conflicting information, but all agree that these weapons are newly delivered and are the most advanced weapons of that type uh, being used by the Ethiopian forces. It's very advanced from Ethiopian standards, keeping in view what Ethiopian military has already been using. Welcome to my views on news. Thanks for watching the channel. Good to be with you. Two main news stories in this video. Firstly, I have details of some weapon deliveries. Ethiopian government has purchased new weapon systems. Which types of weapons purchased? How dangerous are these weapons? What is this preparation for? Second news story is about the death of an Eritrean minister. Let's start with this news story. An Eritrean minister has died. Condolences to his family. His name is Bitsai Vuldankiel Abraha. Vuldankiel was 87 years old and he was working as Minister of Local Government in Eritrea. He worked in top positions. He worked as Minister of Transport, Southern Red Sea Governor was one of the portfolios he held. He worked as Eritrean ambassador to Germany and in some other top positions too. He worked. He has been in top positions in Eritrea since Eritrean independence. But basically, he was a fighter of Eritrean Liberation Movement, ELM. In 1960s, he joined ELM. Later, he became part of EPLF. So he is from that class of Eritreans who are in government, in command in Eritrea. Issa Savuki and his men are from that era, 1960s, 1970s, when they fought in ELM and EPLF. And after the war, they made PFDJ, and since then they have been in power. Majority of them is in 70s or 80s. Issa Savuki also, I think, is in his 80s. He is above 80. I think he'll be around 85. I think around 80. I'm not sure about, but he's over 80. I think. Again, condolences to his family. But one point I want to make is that all the men in Issa Savuki's kitchen cabinet are very old men. No space for young men in Eritrea. Youths are fleeing the country. Secondly, what matters is allegiance, is loyalty in Eritrea. Anyone can be appointed to any position. I mean, this man worked as Eritrean ambassador to Germany, worked as a diplomat. He worked as Minister of Transport too, Minister of Local Government too, Governor of a zone too. I mean, for each of these positions, you need to have specific skills. Diplomats need to have skills of diplomacy, of negotiations. Minister of Transport should have a different set of skills. But in Eritrea, if you're loyal to the president, you can be appointed to any position. So the only skill you need to have is your loyalty to the party, to the president. Back to the main news story, viewers. Now, Ethiopia is buying new weapon systems. This is what Issa Savuki said, by the way, yesterday when he delivered a speech on Saturday. He said, we are aware of new weapons being purchased by Ethiopia, being delivered to Ethiopia by Ethiopian backers. I have placed a pic on the thumbnail of this video. The pic is from Harar Mada Airport, which is basically Ethiopian Air Force Base in Bishoftu, Oromia. The pic on the thumbnail is from April, last month. It's a satellite image captured from satellite. The clip shows several military vehicles with antennas. Experts have been analyzing these vehicles, these pictures, and they say that there are two possibilities. That the vehicles with antennas, with desert color, which is being used to camouflage, are either very advanced Chinese electronic warfare systems or air defense systems. One set of experts says that these vehicles seen in the pictures are Chinese CHL 906 EW vehicles, electronic warfare systems. CHL 906 is an electronic warfare system made by Electronics China Electronics Corporation, CEC. And this system is basically a jamming system. It jams signals, it interferes in communication. So it is effective against communication between drones and operators, between planes and their bases. It can disrupt aerial traffic. It can be used by ground forces too because it has reconnaissance purpose too. So it can help ground forces too. It is a dual EW system, you can say. It works as jamming system and it works as a reconnaissance system. So it can be used by both, by all the forces, by Navy, by ground forces, by air forces. Ethiopia does have Kara Sakha. I remember that at an Ethiopian military parade, the ENDF displayed Kara Sakha, which is a Russian electronic warfare system. It seems Ethiopia has acquired second type of electronic warfare system, which will be very effective against drones, against fighter jets, bombers, and other types of machines which rely on communication, especially against drones. Second sets of experts says that the vehicles seen in the satellite image show a Pantsir S variant. Pantsir is a Russian surface-to-air missile system, air defense system. It's a mid-range air defense system. It detects a target in the air and then it fires a missile to hit that target. EW system CHL 906 does not fire any missiles. It is a jamming reconnaissance system. Pantsir is an air defense system. It has missiles to be fired at the targets. These are two possibilities. Ethiopia does have Pantsirs. Ethiopia has S-300 too. I did a video, I remember, 2 to 3 years ago about an S-300 Russian air defense system, which was deployed back then on GERD. Back then, there was very high tension between Ethiopia and Egypt. Egypt was threatening to attack GERD dam, and Ethiopia had deployed the air defense system on the site of GERD to protect it. S-300 is obviously more advanced than Pantsir S1 variants, S variants. So either it's a Pantsir Russian air defense system or it's a CHL 906 Chinese electronic warfare system. In both cases, it's clear that Ethiopian government is spending a lot on buying as many modern weapons as it can. Why? Is it all a defensive preparation or an offensive one? If you link these purchases to Egypt Ethiopia tensions overgird, the preparation could be defensive. Ethiopia wants to ensure that if Egypt makes a move against Ethiopia, Ethiopia should be fully prepared. Egypt does have very advanced weapons. Their air defense system, their air force, very advanced, perhaps the most advanced in Africa. Ethiopia needs to have Egypt in mind when it upgrades its forces. If you link it to Eritrea Ethiopia tension, then Ethiopia is arming its forces with weapons which Eritrea cannot dream of having, because these weapon systems very costly. I did a video if I told you about the planes being used by Eritrean Air Force, MiG-29, Su-27. Ethiopia way ahead of Eritrea in terms of weapon systems, electronic warfare systems, air defense systems, drones, fighter jets, bombers, other types of air machines. Thanks for watching.